we set the condition in having the ravine and a pillar wherein the x must be greater than 5. So that means the first 5 columns is just a flat ground. Installing the key and lock. First thing is to include the graphics to be used in dependencies.lua, so that it can be divided, part by part with help of quad system. After that we set the color and where would be the lock and key be located in terms of its x-coordinate. And we also set a tracking variable to be able to determine if we have the key or not. If the x-coordinate is now equal to the lock and key position, we are going to insert the object itself. After that we are now going to set the appropriate features of this object. First is the key. The key is a consumable and not a solid object, meaning if we collide in it, this object will be removed. We added some sound effects if we get the key. In addition with that, the tracking variable is now true. And now in the features of the key. The purpose of the onTheLide function is to unlock this block only by hitting its bottom part and if we have the key. If all the condition will be satisfied, the lock block will be removed from the objects of the game. Last thing is that we put some conditions, so that the position of the lock block will be free from ravine pillars and jump blocks. After unlocking the block, we must spawn a flag. And again we must include the image to be used in dependencies.lua, and generate a quad, which must have an appropriate size relative to the picture to render. The image must have a pole and flag as well. In onTheLide function of the lock brick, we insert the pole and the flag itself. First is the flag and then followed by the pole. The flag is only the mere object compared to the pole. If the player collides with the pole, something must happen. We also added some sound effects if the player touches the pole. After that we put some conditions so that the location of the flag is only a flat ground and free from jump block. The flag must be located at the end of the game map. In constants.lua, declared a fixed value of width. Then change the width of the map in start state. After that declare the current level in player.lua. Change the onConsume function of the flagpole wherein when the player touches the pole it will generate a new level. Proceed to play state and include parameter of the player such as the score and the current level. Now in playstate.lua, add a function to enter the parameters. Declare first the width of the map. If the level was completed, the width of the map varies depending on where level the player is in. After that include the class of players so that we can keep track of their score and level. And again if the player touches the flag we will get the current score of the player and add 1 to the current level to show that the game is continuous. Finally display the current level and the width.